Well, behind me is a very highly anticipated vehicle, a big GU single cab. It was only a matter of time until we got one on the show. This is, of course, Sus with Sam episode 4, proudly brought to you by GME. We've got Nick here. Mate, tell us about what this car is.
Yeah, it's my 99 GU Patrol coil cab, originally TD42. And yeah, built for tough tracks, bit of touring, bit of everything, daily driving.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it is a glamour of a rig. You're probably wondering why we're not off-road and why you can't see a number plate. Well, that's because of a couple of things. At the moment, it's a little bit of a crackdown going on, as everyone on the internet probably knows. So we're playing it safe. It's also currently double demerit, so we were staying well away from Menai and any other hotspots. So this episode's going to be a little bit differently, and it's all going to make sense once we show you what's under the bonnet. So, let's get into it.
On the wave, my own wave, can't stop my shine. In the lane, my own lane, can't stop my grind. 40 yard in the V12 and like 1.5. At 19, it's at 19 in a month, no lie. Oh God. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no.
So I reckon we kick things off, as always, with bar work, and it's looking pretty sweet, and I'd say it's pretty much almost done, but as always, things aren't ever finished. There's always going to be changes, so run us through what you've got and run us through what your plans are.
So at the moment, we've got the Buds bar on the front,
yep.
XRO sliders, but yeah, the sliders are coming off. We're going to do scrubbies. Taylor from TFM is going to do them. So we're going to do some longer sliders, tie them up into the tray, and then yeah, the scrubbies make it all nice and protected.
Yeah, nice. And with the scrubbies, you're going to cover that sort of little vulnerable rear corner of the cab.
That's it, yeah. Keep it all nice and tucked away.
Nice. And big steel tray?
Big steel tray, yeah, so I built that one myself.
Nice.
It was one of those things when the car was off the road, I was like, oh, you know what? While I'm here, may as well sold the old tray.
Yeah,
I wasn't too happy with it.
Yep.
And then, yeah, built this from scratch to suit the TC boxes.
Yeah, nice. And you're happy that you went steel over alloy?
Yeah, just for the strength. It's light as it sits now anyway, so I wasn't too worried about the weight.
Yeah, awesome. And do you have any plans to do any toolboxes or anything like that under
the tray?
So
the dog box is on there now. So it's just to throw the dog in, and then wet gear, firewood, whatever in the other side. And then I've got a 1200 long canopy that's jack off on the back.
Yeah.
So that'll be, I've already got the upright fridge from my old setup.
Yep. And
then yeah, full lithium battery, all the red out gear, solar, the basic works.
Yeah, the usual.
And then
wired by our good friend Mario.
Mr. Mario.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just trundle drawer under the back, just so I've got storage for when the canopy's off, just for recovery gear and whatnot.
Bits and pieces. Then up the front on the bar, you've got a couple of little sort of spotties and rock lights and aerials and a Runva winch.
Yeah, Runva winch, so the 11XP.
Yep.
A couple of little spotties that aren't wired in yet.
Yep.
Just one of those little things that you never get around to.
Yeah, I know the feels.
And then yeah, the Uniden UHF.
Yep.
So that's got the 2 aerials. So I've got the 6 dBi and the 2.1.
Nice.
And then this is just AM/FM.
Yeah, sweet.
So I've got good radio when I'm out in the bush.
Yeah, nice. Very important. You've got to have your tunes.
That's it.
Radius fab snorkel, good to see.
Yep.
And towing mirrors as well.
Big towing mirrors.
Makes it easy to see past the big dog tray.
That's it, especially, yeah. I tow a fair bit with it too, with work trailers, so they're definitely handy.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, let's jump under the car, have a look at the suspension, because there's a little bit going on under there. And like the bar work, there's going to be changes coming soon. So we should call this like a part 1, really. This is like V1 of Nick's GU, and then I reckon we might have to do a follow-up in a few months, because it's going to change a fair bit. Well, next up is the suspension on this thing, and whilst it still sits nice and low, it has got quite a bit on under here. I think Dave's had a bit to do with this at Blue Flame, our good friends there.
Oi, fuckwit!
Run us through what you've done and I guess what you've sort of set the suspension up to do.
Yeah, so I wanted it a bit lower just so it sort of was a bit stealthier driving it around.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be big, over the top kind of car anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 3-inch springs. Obviously with the new engine in it, I sort of said to Dave, look, just here's my front and rear axle weights, make the springs suit 3-inch and then adjust everything.
Yep.
So yeah, 3-inch springs to suit the current weights. And then, yeah, so we've got the Superior bash plate for the front diff.
Yep.
Comspec drag link, Tough Dog steering dampener.
Yep.
And then Superior tie rod. And then the Superior 2.0 shocks all around.
It's fully adjustable?
Yeah, fully adjustable, 9-way adjustable.
Yeah, awesome. Remote res, all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah, all the goodies.
Yeah, nice. That's super exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the front.
Yeah, see, I just noticed as well, this the bar's got these integrated recovery points as well, which is important too. Good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. So this thing, whilst being nice and low, is going to have ample flex in the front and back of it with those really long shocks.
And then still front and rear sway bars, so it's a superior rear sway bar.
Yeah, nice.
And then front is just extended links with polythene bushes.
Yeah, cool. That's right. That's
yeah.
another myth that we see a lot of, is that sway bars limit flex, and often if you set them up right, it's just not the case.
100%.
So,
and it drives beautifully on the road too.
Exactly. You kids out there ripping sway bars out of cars, stop it.
Yeah, put them back in.
Smack you. And then obviously we've got 35-inch hand cooks.
35, they're hand cooked Dynapros.
Yep.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah.
Awesome, just all round tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only issue I've had with them is sort of mud. They get a little bit clogged up.
Okay.
But for the rocks and sand driving that I do and daily driving, they're so quiet.
Yeah,
so.
okay. I actually had a set of these on my Naughty 40 before I went to Treps and loved them, rated them highly.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah,
and how cheap they are too.
Yeah, exactly right. So they're 35s, no scrubbing issues or anything like that?
No,
Fit
no
perfectly?
Issues. No.
Nice.
They're 80 bump stops as well, and they're extended to suit. So I had clearance issues with the exhaust going under the sump.
Okay.
So yeah, extended the bump stops to suit that, and no scrubbing
perfect.
issues.
And then just standard steel rims,
Yeah,
16s?
the King Steelies. They're 15 by 8s.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Nice.
just
Ever been
simple.
tempted to go beadlocks?
Thought about it.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those extra things to get done for.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
Yeah, and as it sits, this car's nice, legal.
Yeah.
You know, flies under the radar.
That's it.
Love it. Sick. Well, I reckon it's enough beating around the bush. I think we jump up, I think we open the bonnet. You guys probably know there's a little bit more to this than what meets the eye. Let's do it. Well, like all cars we have on Sus with Sam, there's always a little bit more than what first meets the eye, and this is no different. And under here is something pretty exciting, lots of power, not diesel, and
spicy.
makes all the good noises. But first, we forgot to talk about the paint code.
Yep.
Now, everyone on Instagram's probably been hassling you. What's the colour? I want to paint my GQ shitbox that colour.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell them, but this is been fully resprayed.
Yeah, it's a custom one-off. It's a Ford colour.
Okay.
Not intentionally to match the motor, but
Nice.
yeah, it was painted before I bought it, and
Yeah.
custom one-off Ford colour.
Yeah, sweet. And obviously, would have had the scoop on it originally.
Yeah, originally the scoop on
Swapped
it.
out the bonnet.
Yep.
Don't need the scoop with this setup. Awesome. All right, well, it's time.
Let's open her
It's
up.
time to show the people. Custom bonnet stay too.
Custom gas struts.
AM FM whip does the job. Yeah, right. The Barra.
Barra.
The mighty Barra.
Mighty taxi motor.
Yeah. How good. Man, they fit so nicely in these
They do
bays.
fit well, yeah.
Tell us everything about it. There's obviously a fair bit of power.
Yep.
Lots of custom sort of piping, exhaust setup. The motor's not standard. The driveline's been fiddled with and it's going to continue to be fiddled with.
Yep.
Run us through it, mate.
So yeah, originally the car was TD42. And yeah, blew that about 18 months ago.
Okay.
And yeah, went through all the options, looked at rebuilding, looked at LS, looked at FTE, 6BT.
Okay.
And I just kept coming back to Barra. Just heaps of cool videos. A few boys in New Zealand, a couple of boys in Queensland that had some pretty trick ones.
Yep.
And yeah, just love the noise, the reliability, parts availability for them.
Yep.
So yeah, bit the bullet, sold all the TD stuff.
Yep.
And went and bought a factory FG turbo motor.
Nice.
So still factory turbo, but everything's been tickled. So we went through, rebuilt the whole engine.
Yep.
So new bearings, rings, machined everything.
Awesome.
And then it's got 12mm head studs with the oversized washers, valve springs, billet oil pump gears, it's Precision's oil pump.
Yep.
The full timing chain kit.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then the turbo's got the flapper mod, so just to help with boost control.
Yep.
Turbo smart actuator.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about it for the engine.
Heaps of stuff, and obviously tuned by Joe at
Tuned by Joe at Precision, yep.
Yeah. Nice.
So initially I went to him, I spoke to him, I said, look, what do you want me to do to the engine?
Yep.
I said, this is what I want out of the car. I want to daily drive it, I want to use it in the bush.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, just keep the stock turbo, keep it reliable.
Yep.
Still makes plenty of power.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are all the things to do to it. These are the coolers you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then just try to keep everything as off the shelf as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, airbox is a Black Mamba airbox that runs an LS1 panel filter. Okay, yeah. So easy to get.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
LS1 filter, get them anywhere.
Yep.
For like $1.
Yeah, exactly right.
Nice.
And then radiators, the TB45 rad from Phoenix Radiators.
Yep.
Alloy shroud with twin 16-inch Maritime fans.
Yep.
So it keeps it nice and cool. No more kettling.
Yeah, heaps of airflow.
And then yeah, just went through a new condenser for the aircon.
Yep.
Big
front mount.
Big front mount. So it's a Phoenix 600 by 376 cooler.
Okay. Yeah, nice and thick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Big 4-inch piping from the box.
4-inch piping,
turbo,
yeah,
basically.
so straight from the snorkel down.
Yep.
I didn't want to have any restrictions anywhere.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, 4-inch in.
Yep.
All the fab work's done by Justin at PSI Fab.
Awesome.
So he did a cracker job on it,
Sick.
all with his Plasma Man style clamps.
Yep.
So they run a little O-ring in them,
Yeah.
just saves blowing off silicon hoses.
Yeah,
You don't want
yeah.
to be doing that in the middle of the bush.
No, there's only one sort of blowing off we want, and it's nothing to do with silicon hoses.
Nothing to do with
so,
silicon hoses.
yeah, awesome.
So yeah, 4-inch in to the turbo. It steps down to 3-inch just for the front housing.
Yeah.
And then hot sides 2.5.
Yep.
Cold sides 3-inch.
Nice.
Keeps it nice and responsive.
Yeah,
Nice
awesome.
and cool.
Then exhaust wise, what are you running?
Exhaust wise, so it's 4-inch straight off the back of the turbo.
Yep.
And then it goes down to 4-inch oval underneath the sump just
Yep.
to squeeze it. And then a big 18-inch muffler just behind the cab.
Yep.
And then a second muffler right at the end.
Yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
I do need to put a cat in,
Yep.
but that's going to happen at a later date.
Yeah, cool.
Another one of the things Taylor's going to do for me.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
But-
he's a gun fabricator, so,
Yeah,
so he
that's
won't have
it.
any dramas.
So
Yeah,
yeah, and
good
then
start.
just Castlemaine bell housing just to fit it all into the factory manual box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of the manual box, so
Manual
still
box is
manual
going.
for now, yeah, in the bin is
In
where
the
that's
bin.
going, and then obviously probably ZF 6-speed.
Yeah, so we're going the ZF 6-speed out of the Falcon.
Yep.
I just don't like the ratios in the manual box.
Yeah.
Anyone with a Patrol knows just how shit the 4th to 5th gear is.
Big time.
And yeah, I want to do more touring with the car, so
Yep.
freeway's important.
Yeah, and also if you're going to crawl it, like I was the same. Everyone preaches that manual's the sickest,
Yeah.
but it's just not. It's
Nah.
shit. Auto off-road is amazing, and
Yep.
these things, like, it'll drive so nice, just like a taxi.
That's
some would
it.
say.
Exactly.
With the auto in it, that's awesome. At the moment, reduction gears.
Reduction gears are out at the moment, getting
Yep.
ready for the auto, but normally it runs an 85% reduction gear.
Okay, awesome.
And then diffs are 4.3
Yep.
with a front Eaton e-locker.
Yep.
And then I've got an Eaton rear to go in as well, but
Yep.
just currently LSD.
Yeah, sick.
So when I get to the auto, we'll pull everything out,
Awesome.
do the rear diff,
Yep.
auto,
Yep.
put the reduction gears back in, and
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you going to do tail shaft wise? You have to go custom?
No, all factory stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
Factory cross member.
Nice.
I might have to elongate the holes a little bit, but
That's all
otherwise,
right. Nothing little Dremel can't fix.
that's it.
Then Joe at Precision is known for some pretty high power, wild builds. If you don't know Joe, he recently took out first and second at the outright speed battle at Roll Racing with, I think it was like a 1800 horsepower GTR and maybe a twin turbo Lambo. They might have both been GTRs, I can't remember. But this thing, still standard turbo, injectors, what have you got?
1000cc injectors.
And then you got a Walbro in the
Walbro
tank?
460 pump.
Yep.
It's got the GFB fuel pressure reg.
Awesome.
And then a little gauge down the front here.
Yeah, nice.
Just so I can keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, awesome.
Um,
And that setup all together made how much power?
Made 388 horsepower.
Yeah.
And that was with a couple of boost leaks.
Yeah.
We had the wrong size O-rings in the joiners.
Okay.
And yeah, I had some oil issues as well that was sort of
Yeah,
going through the cooler.
awesome. So near on 400 horsepower at the rear wheels with a couple of little gremlins too.
Yeah.
So this thing would be happy to sing. And I guess the beautiful thing about what you've done with the motor is that this sort of combo would be happy to see 500 kilowatts every day of the week.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
running
yeah.
it under that is going to be so reliable. It's going to be safe. It's going to give you longevity.
Yep.
And this thing probably gets sick fuel economy too, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't calculated the numbers because I do a bit
Best
of
not to.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, freeway should be pretty good, especially once the auto's in it. It'll
Yeah,
bring it
big
right
time.
down.
Nice low revs. And then only because I had to ask, I'll probably ask you to tell the people.
Yeah.
The canister up top, obviously custom. What's that there for?
Yeah, so that's vacuum for the clutch and brakes. So
Yep.
normally you got the Patrol ones over in the corner. They're the big ugly plastic
Yep.
things.
Yep.
I just want as much space as possible. I've still got a window washer bottle to go over there.
Yep.
I've got a Remaker catch can.
Yep.
So yeah, up on the firewall, nice and out of the way.
Yep.
Just gives good brakes.
Yep.
And yeah, nice clutch. So yeah,
Awesome.
then a couple other little things like the power steering remote mount because
Yep.
the alternator's flipped.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Just obviously for mud and stuff if I
Yeah.
decide to do that, or water crossings, keeps that up out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice how high it is.
Yeah.
How good. Awesome. Well, I've got to say, this thing sounds as good as the engine bay looks. It's one of my favourite things about Barra swapped anything is the sound you get out of them. And
The good noises.
this is no different. And you guys are going to find out shortly what I'm talking about. But Mate, this thing's epic. It's so clean. Honestly, it almost looks factory. If the piping was black, you could almost say, you know, like this was how it should have come.
Just get rid of the Ford badge
Yeah,
here,
that's right.
put a little Nissan one. And
and away you go. Exactly right. Well, I reckon we jump in the cab, have a look, and then we'll kick it in the guts and show these people exactly what this car can do.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. The inside of a Series 1 GU, hey? It's about as comfy in here as it probably make them. What have you done in here? It looks pretty nice and tidy.
Plenty, yeah. So starting from the top, I guess, marine carpet on the roof.
Yep.
Makes it easy to put Velcro on the back of things and stick up there when you go away camping, lighters and stuff like that.
That's very clever.
Yeah, and dash mat, gauges, we've just got boost and water temp.
Yep.
It's the only thing I really wanted to keep an eye on.
Nice. Speaking of boost, we didn't cover it in the engine. How much are you running in there?
About 25 pound of boost.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
so 25 made the just shy of 400 horsepower.
25 pound of boost Barra makes what an FTE makes with 40 pound in its ass.
Yeah.
I might need to rethink some choices here,
They're
folks.
good fun.
Yeah. How good. In-cab winch control?
In-cab winch control, so you use an on-off switch and then winch in and out.
Awesome.
Stealth throttle controller.
Yep.
Pretty much just for off-road, so I can turn the throttle sensitivity down.
Okay.
They can get a little bit twitchy off-road.
Yep.
Not so bad with the reduction gears, but I've heard a lot of people sort of say it with standard transfer cases.
Yeah,
it's a bit of an issue.
Yep.
But it makes a massive difference, especially in the wet. You can turn it down, make it easy to drive, because it's a bit of a handful.
Yeah, sick. GME, XRS Connect.
Yeah, XRS 330.
Awesome.
Just with the magnet mount.
Yeah,
makes life nice and easy.
That is the best thing anyone's ever done in the automotive industry, just quietly. That magnet mount has changed my life.
Absolutely. And then just over here, front locker switch.
Yep.
More switches down here. So I got sub tank.
Yep.
So that's now just hardwired in instead of having the factory computer. They only transfer across at a certain point or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So we just ripped it out.
Yeah.
Just switch in.
Yeah, nice.
Light bar for when those bull bar lights are wired in,
Yep.
and then the ARB compressor, which is under the seat here.
Sick.
And then I've got power windows, aftermarket power window kits.
Yep.
This was a DX originally, so no power windows, no central locking.
Okay, gotcha.
Was originally a bench seat.
Yep.
So yeah, power windows. Got a central locking kit in here as well.
Awesome.
It's got a little remote on the key tag.
Nice.
Obviously,
Falcon seats, baby.
Falcon seats, yeah. Nice
matches
Falcon seats.
matches what's under the bonnet.
Yep.
That's how good's that.
That's it.
Yeah, nice. And sound deadened rear wall.
Yeah, whole cab sound deadened.
Awesome.
So I ripped it out. It's 3-stage, so it's the base, the butyl layer, and then you can see here there's a foam acoustic layer, and then on the floor I've got another vinyl layer over the top, and then carpet as well.
Yeah, sick.
So it keeps it nice and quiet.
Yeah, awesome. Do you find it gets hot with that motor and stuff?
No heat at all, no.
Nice.
With the fans, like Joe's got them turned on at 92, I think, or 95.
Okay.
As soon as the fans cut on, it's back to 86, which is thermostat temp.
Awesome.
Or if I've got AC on, it runs a fan.
Okay.
So yeah, that just triggers it straight away.
Yeah.
And the temps don't move.
Yeah, sick.
So
okay, awesome. It's nice that you've retained aircon as well.
Yeah, nice aircon. Big difference.
Yeah.
And then as well, this is a steering wheel out of an R33 GTR. The factory Patrol one's like this big, it's a big boaty thing, so smaller wheel makes it easier for steering.
Yeah, nice. It's still factory Nissan, which is sick.
Yeah.
Towing mirrors, obviously we mentioned before.
Yeah.
It all goes. Weather shields, the usual cord handles, got to have them.
That's it,
It's just
those shit handles.
Yeah, that's right. It's just the way of life.
Yeah.
How good's this? Man, it's nice.
Yeah.
I bet you'll be glad to get rid of that 5-speed shifter though.
Yeah,
and,
we'll get rid of that, put the nice little auto in there. And
nice. What are you going to do for the gear surrounds? You're going to get a...
Still got to figure that out. So I've got the factory shifter. So it depends where that mounts, and then I might even get someone to make something up.
Yeah,
or
sick.
I'll just do a sort of cloth vinyl thing to sit over it.
Yeah, nice.
I'll see how I get to it when it sits in there.
Yeah, for sure. And you're going to go anything fancy like ratchet shift or anything?
Nah, just the factory ZF shifter.
Yeah, nice.
Works well, simple.
Yeah.
I try and keep everything as simple and off the shelf as possible.
Yeah, 100%. Makes it nice.
Yeah, and then double did head unit, so that's an Android one. So I've got YouTube, Spotify,
sick.
maps,
Awesome.
all the good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, nice place to be. It's all about the simple little things like electric windows, central locking, all that sort of stuff makes such a massive difference.
Oh,
Even
massive.
Those little things. Seats. I reckon the Falcon XR6 seats, XR.
Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
Lumbar
especially for the long trips.
Yeah.
You can do a whole 5-6 hour drive and not even think about stopping twice.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're awesome. Hell yeah, man. Well, I think it's time to turn the key, and I reckon we show the folks what this thing sounds like, what it can do. Do a couple of cheeky pulls in this very private estate we have here.
Yep.
And have a listen, because this thing goes amazingly. Sounds even better. Excited. Just wanted to take a quick moment to obviously thank GME for always partnering with me and standing by me, and obviously wanted to tell you guys about this. This is the GME TX6600S, and it is one of the most badass handheld radios on the market. Not only is it Aussie made up to industry standards, it meets military specifications, IP67 ingress rated, super tough and durable, with a rotary channel select that actually reads out the channel to you, so there's no confusion when you're trying to smash between channels on the go. Plus 5-year warranty, and backed by the legendary experience that GME bring. I've got one in the 80, I've got handhelds, I absolutely froth them. If you guys want to find out more, jump over to the GME website. Anyway, back to the episode. Well, we quickly jumped around to the back because there's a few things we needed to talk about and a couple of bits and pieces going on in this tray that Nick made. Mate, run us through it.
Yep, so basic sort of steel tray. Just made it to suit the TC boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously we've got the canopy that goes on the back when it's set up for touring.
Yep.
Then your TC trundle drawer.
Yep.
So just in here we've got the recovery gear.
Awesome. Again, trundle drawer is definitely one of the best ways to store all your dirty stuff that you might not want in your car.
Yeah, flip up lid, so just snap
nice.
straps, all the bits and bobs in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, the maxi lamps.
Yep. Great looking tail light. Down the side, you've got these tie-down rails and sliders, which I love,
yeah.
and I'm incredibly jealous of, and might be cutting these off and taking them home with me. Still undecided. The tow bar, you were saying, is like a slightly higher profile one.
Yeah, so I believe it's a wagon tow bar. So
yeah.
the ute one's sit a little bit further down,
Yep.
so it just gives you a bit extra clearance,
Yeah,
and tucks it in that little bit nicer just for beating it
Nicely
off road.
done. What are the mud guards off?
Mud guards are their fused fabrication guards,
Yeah,
and then just, I think the eBay mud flaps,
perfect.
just to keep it legal.
Bolt on, keep it legal, love that.
That's it.
And now you're just saying you've got around 170 litres of fuel, which is
Yep.
factory for a GU, which I didn't know, which is freaking insane.
Yeah, so big main tank, big
massive
sub
main
tank,
tank,
about
and
85 each.
To get that fuel there, custom hard lines?
Yeah, so custom hide lines, so they're all alloy hide lines all the way through,
Yep.
just with little soft tails at the end.
Yep.
All AN fittings.
Yep.
And then the tank's got a, it's the TB45 or TB48 fuel hanger
Yep.
with the Walbro 460 in it.
Yeah, nice.
So it keeps it nice and no external surge tanks. It's all nice and quiet,
Keeps it clean,
clean,
safe.
simple,
Yeah,
safe. Yeah,
that's the best. And then you got that inline fuel filter.
Yeah,
down the
Raceworks
chassis as
inline
well.
fuel filter.
Yeah,
So it's just a washable one, so I don't have to worry about trying to source parts if I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, perfect.
Just pull it out, wash it, pop it back in, and
sick.
happy days.
That keeps it easy. And then obviously with a whole lot of power, bigger tyres, you need brakes, and you've got slotted discs all around.
Yeah, so the DBA T2s
nice.
with Bendix pads. So pulls up on a dime.
Yeah,
and
nice.
then all braided lines all throughout.
Yeah.
Extended braided. So
Yeah, sick.
yeah,
All right.
all the good bits.
How good. Let's jump back up to the front of the car.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a slightly different sus with Sam. Nick, thanks for bringing this weapon on. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our first patrol on the show. I reckon it's been fun. If you like this sort of different style, doing away with off-road, doing a little bit more performance-orientated stuff, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, I reckon once this car's all done and the auto and the driveline's all sorted, we get it back on for a little bit of off-road carnage. And if you want to find out anything more about the build or about Nick, we'll chuck his details in the description below. Anyways, guys, stay tuned for the bloopers next. See you next time. Although at the moment it looks pretty complete, it's our car now, folks.
Sam's taking over.
This is our car. On my GU, this is what we're doing next. Oh, you want to see some hairy, tatted up feet? Fucking hook it up. 40 bucks a month, I'll do anything. People are going to start thinking fucking gunshots are going off here if I keep this up.
Damn! Oi, 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 oi.